about a thing, baby, count on me. I'm on point like it's physical, so count on me. I got it all under control, baby, count on me. Don't you worry about a thing, lady, count on me. Baby, I don't do this for the following. They follow me, but I ain't tripping, they more Dollar Trees. I like my time spent modestly with quality.
What is going on, y'all? This is Joel Friday. This is the Joel Friday TV podcast. Bienvenido. Welcome to the show. Amazing. Another Tuesday. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's been amazing. A crazy week, but we're here, right? Welcome to the show. I'm excited for what we got to talk about today. I hope you guys are too. Topics we're going to be covering today. Well, first off, the topics that we covered last week, in case you missed it, was wolves in sheep's clothing and playing God. And we talked about how the sin is the judgment, right? And not the actual things that we try to avoid. Sex, drugs, alcohol, rock and roll, right? Those aren't the sins. The sins is our judgment when we do those things, right? So we talked about that, and it got pretty deep. We got into it. So make sure if you missed it, you can go watch last week's episode, episode 16. You can see the episode number in the description and in the title. And we got into all that good stuff. So you can check that out ASAP. Today's topics we're going to get into is a few different things. You know, we'll see how the show goes, but a few different things. For one, plastic surgery. I really wanted to get into that a little bit. Also, get fit quick schemes. Woo! We be seeing those a lot. And I want to talk about some things about that. Also, the main kind of like meat of the show today, I want to talk about the problem with dating. I really want to talk about dating today. Just some things that I've learned and through the process of dating and what I've learned over time and just like how I view the issues with dating today and just in general, right? And kind of debunk some myths, you know what I mean? And some false teachings, I believe, of how dating is supposed to go. So we're going to get into that. You know what I mean? But obviously, first, before we get into that, you guys know what you got to do. Hit that like button. Smack it. Lay the smack down on the like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we can get the subscribers up and the message out. And you got time to do it still right now. Make sure you do it. Send the show to people. Tell your peoples to watch it. They can stream past episodes. All that good stuff. Amazing, right? But also, this is a talk show, so you could also call in if you have something on your heart. And we could fellowship or we could argue. But the number is 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773, and we can get into it. Oh, because we talking today. Oh, we getting into it today. So you want to call. Oh, you're going to want to call in. And you're going to want to make sure you tell your peoples. You know what I'm saying? Amazing. What's up, chat? How the chat doing? How y'all doing? Hope all is well. Shout out to the whole team. Everybody is amazing. Thank you to Jesse Lee Peterson for allowing me to have a platform to speak my mind, but also be a part of the network. It's amazing. It really is. So we're going to get into some stuff. So one of the things I was thinking, it kind of dawned on me as like, just every day, just living. And I was just thinking about like, especially because I live in LA, specifically like, I won't say exactly where, but in LA and in a part in LA where you see it kind of a lot of things, we'll say it like that. And Los Angeles in general is like the mecca of like, what they say? The rappers say, women, weed, and the weather. Women, weed, and weather, right? And that's really what it is. And I live in the heart of LA, so I see a lot of stuff. And a big thing that's going on right now in our time in society is like the plastic surgery era. You know what I mean? And like it's gotten to a point where it's just kind of like there's no like limits. Like you can do whatever you want with the plastic surgery and it's accepted. You know what I mean? Like you can go to the extent you want to go with it and it's fine. Like it's no big deal, right? And right now we see like ladies with like fake butts. Like we always seen the fake lips though, right? Like fake lips was kind of, I think, like maybe one of the first things that like came in was like the fake lips and then, or like the fake nose or whatever, you know, right? And then it was either the fake lips or the fake boobs. Then fake boobs like were there and then, you know, they just looked nice and, you know, that was popular. And then now it's like we're seeing fake butts. Fake butts probably been around, but it's getting like more popular now, like the fake butts, right? And now everybody got fake butts, fake boobs, fake lips, fake nose, fake shoulders, fake kneecaps, everything fake, right? And it's just interesting. It's an interesting time because let's not front either, is that when it's done in a proper way, it does make them look symmetrical, right? But I wanted to talk about it because it's mostly done based off of, in my opinion, like for the people who are interested in it, the people who are really looking at it, right? And like it creates the fantasy, and those who love the fantasy are attracted to it, right? And the job gets done, right? It creates this like model image of a person, and it does look appealing to the eye. But it was so interesting because I was just thinking about like, what was it like before all this stuff was created, and like how did people like live before we had like before technology, before like science, and we had all these enhancements. Like what was life like before? And I was thinking about how even back then and now, all guys, if they say anything different, they're lying. All guys since the beginning of time have respected natural beauty. All guys since the beginning of time. Ask any guy. And guys always just appreciated the natural beauty. Natural butt, natural boobs, natural mouth. Like, because there's just a nice beauty that comes about the natural, right? Now, at the same time, we don't want to come to a place where we criticize and shame the people who do the things that they want to do, right? Because there's reasons why they do it, right? There's always a deeper reason. And it's important to understand that, and that we don't want to just be going around being like, you look crazy and stuff like that, right? Because it's a human being at the same time. But I think also we do have to be honest at times. We do have to have the conversation, right? Because I think a lot of things don't get said. You know what I mean? But since the beginning of time, guys always respected natural beauty. Women wear makeup, right? And I don't think makeup is such a bad thing. I just think that, because I think it's necessary to look decent when you go outside the house, right? Same with guys. You go outside the house, you don't go outside the house with, and some people do, but like with your hair like all crazy. You just woke up and you walk outside the house. You don't do that, right? You wake up, you brush your teeth, maybe put a little gel in your hair, right? And I think that's fine for women too. They put a little makeup on to look decent and so. But obviously today we see makeup on a whole nother level, right? And it's kind of overdone. But even with the makeup, guys will still tell you from the beginning of time up until today that they like a girl and they appreciate a girl much better, and they think they're more beautiful without the makeup, their natural beauty. Every guy will tell you that. And this is not like not all. No, this is an all moment. Every guy would tell you they like natural beauty. They may like the makeup and stuff too. That's fine too. There's nothing wrong with, putting on some makeup. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with getting pretty. Nothing wrong with wearing the lipstick. Nothing wrong with it, right? There's a time for it. But we just have to make sure that we're not hiding. You know what I mean? But the point is that oftentimes, a lot of times, and not all the time, but a lot of time, females or even males, because I think guys are getting plastic surgery too. I've seen some guys do the plastic surgery thing too. But people do this because they think that they're going to, and this is just my opinion, that they're going to be viewed in a better way. It's going to enhance their looks, and they're going to attract the people that they want to attract, right? They want to look prettier, more beautiful. And it does do that. But I think this is the really the main reason, in my opinion, that this happens, is that guys from the beginning of time love natural beauty, but guys also have a desiring eye that wanders off and thirsts for the fantasy. Facts. Right? The fantasy, guys have that eye, not all, right? But we as guys can have that eye of like the fantasy, right? The imagination kind of runs wild sometimes. And the fantasy of like what we want. Like maybe it'd be lustfully, sexually, whatever it is. There's that eye that kind of like wants that fantasy, right? And these bodies from plastic surgery and like enhancements have become so good that they almost like are catered, or they actually are catered to the male's eye for that desire, right? The beauty, the symmetrics, the curvature, right? It pleases the eye, and over time, men have gotten like weaker and weaker and weaker in their self-control. So we just rock with the fantasy, full force, right? And we just use the fantasy. We just exploit the fantasy, and we do what we can to make that fantasy reality. And when you see it around often, especially when you're in places like LA and other places similar, there's a lot of beautiful women, and then they're beautiful looking, and they know how to do it. They know how to influence. They know how to move. They know how to walk. They know how to dress. They know the whole thing. So the fantasy is a reality. Right? So guys will go with that and just use the females up. They'll just use them. Females know this. They know they're being used, but guess what? A lot of the females do it, and they become the fantasy because they're happy with being used. Why? Because they're just happy that they're being wanted and accepted, no matter what way it is. They just want to be wanted and accepted, right? Maybe they weren't wanted and accepted when they were natural as much, right? So instead of working on themselves inside of here, they wanted to, and I could be wrong. This is just my opinion. It seems as if they wanted to have the attention and figure out a way to get the attention and just fit in with the world. And that's a normal thing to feel when the world teaches you all these crazy things, right? And they just want to fit into the world. But mainly what they want is security, and they want to be accepted and loved. But guys, and I've talked about this before, but guys oftentimes are into sex more than they are love. Like, respecting a woman. They're into sex because sex is quick, sex is easy, and it gets the job done, right? The temporary happiness. So guys would just use a woman up. And women know that. And instead of not getting any attention, they rather get some attention, even if it's in the wrong way. So women are happy being used. Not all women. Not all women, but a lot of women are happy just being used because they just want to be wanted and accepted. So I realized, and I'm going too long in this because I want to move on, is I realized that people are not happy inside, so they change the outside, and they're just looking for love. Everybody just looking for love. They just want love. But not everybody knows what love is, what it means. So we think sex is love. We think all these things are love, but they tend to just be means of satisfaction momentarily, right? And love actually takes patience. Love takes being still. Love takes taking your time. Love takes saying no. Love takes working on yourself. Love takes knowing yourself. Love takes being yourself, right? But all those things take time. And human beings don't like time. We all don't. Human nature just doesn't like time. All people. Because of how we raise, because of what the things that society has taught, we just don't like time. But we have to learn to love time because God is in time. God is in the moment. God is in stillness. Right? So we have to, if we want true love, and not everybody wants true love and true peace. Not everybody wants that. And that's okay. But only because they haven't experienced it. Because when you experience it, Lord have mercy, you like, what is that life over there? You know what I mean? So, yeah, this plastic surgery, long story short is that people are not happy inside, so they want to change the outside. That's just the facts. They're not happy inside, they want to change the outside. And they do it. So just be aware of that, because it's not like we're going to be able to like change everybody, right? But just be aware of like, you know, people are looking for peace. It's not that they want to be a hoe. They want to be used. They're just looking for love. So I want to talk about plastic surgery because I've had conversations with people so many times about this, is that natural beauty is the best beauty, and all guys love natural beauty, and women love a guy to be natural too. Women would judge the man if he walked up with some fake biceps. What woman would want the guy with the fake bicep? Maybe there's some out there, but the woman would judge the heck out of the man if he pulled up with some fake biceps. Some fake chest muscles. The woman is gonna go after the man that has that natural build, right? Or forget the build, the natural confidence, right? Because that's what women love, confidence. Like the muscles and stuff are a plus. Like it's good to be fit and in shape. But no woman's gonna want no insecure man with fake chest muscles and fake arms. It's just obvious. So why would a man want a woman with fake boobs and fake butt? And fake lips, fake nose? We just don't. But we'll take it. That's the problem. We'll take it. That's the problem. But the women won't take it. That's why men don't do it, because women don't want it. But the man, we accept it and we'll take it because of that eye. And then we'll use it up, and then we'll know and we'll tell all our friends and everybody around us that it's not the same. It ain't it. But that I want that fantasy. So natural beauty is the best beauty, I'm telling you. So plastic surgery is one thing I see all the time. Also, another thing I see all the time is these get fit quick schemes. Lord have mercy. I've been seeing them things all the time. And one thing I realize is that people sometimes think money's gonna buy peace. Money ain't gonna do it. And I've seen this, like, and personally, people I know are hurting themselves for the shortcut because they're trying to be on this diet, right? Everybody wants to be in shape and healthy, right? But now doctors and scientists and all these things, they have these shortcuts, these diet pills that make you lose weight quickly, these like injection shots. This is real. This is not fake. Injection shots that like do something to your body to make you like burn calories or whatever. Like stuff like that, like to help you get there quicker. But I see people literally, I'm watching it, hurting themselves, ending up in the hospital, dying, right? Because they're putting science into their body. Yeah, I might get shadow banned for that one. Maybe I'm talking too much. Sorry. But it's just crazy. Like, literally not taking a moment to realize, like, what am I doing? How am I going to be happy with the results of this? You know what I mean? Like, I lost weight because of the shot or the pills, but how am I going to be happy with myself? How am I going to be satisfied with that? And people know that they're not satisfied with that, but they just push it to the side. They just push it to the side. And a lot more models on Instagram than you think aren't natural. And everybody want to be like them, but a lot of them aren't. And I don't know the percentage and who's not, who is. And there's some that do it genuinely the right way, but there's also some out there who are like fabricated. They're like their bodies and their looks and all that stuff is done from a lab. Because there's so many diet pills, so many injection things, so many weight loss things, so many different things out there. And if you have money, you can have them. And we're just getting started. Lord have mercy, where it's about to go, where we're about to be headed when it comes to creating false peace within. Lord have mercy. AI, all this stuff. Lord have mercy. But anyway. But yeah, people are really hurting themselves, ending up in the hospital. I know people who've ended up in the hospital for these like injection shots for diet pills. Working out is not easy. I know. Eating healthy is not easy. I know. But the problem is not figuring out why it's not easy for you. Maybe you have a judgment. Maybe you have this conflict that you can't get over. But ask those questions, because in the end, you're not going to be happy with the result with these shortcuts. No shortcuts. You're going to kill yourself. And we've seen a lot of stories in the news already, where you're going to kill yourself, or you're going to hurt yourself, or hurt other people by telling them about this stuff. And you're not going to be happy. Try to figure out why you can't stay consistent with working out. Why you can't eat healthy. What is causing you to overeat? What is causing you not to be disciplined? What emotional conflict or problems that you have within that makes you want to eat so much? Or have so much sex or do so much, you know what I mean? That's not allowing you to do it the proper way. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be a lot more proud, not even proud, but you're just a lot more appreciative when you get the results by doing the actual work. You know what I'm saying? Like, so these get rich quick things, you got to let them go, I'm telling you. Or keep them. But people are getting hurt because of these things. But also don't judge them. The people who do this stuff, because in our own lives, we do things that we can be judged for, right? For sure. So don't judge them, right? Let them have their stuff, but pray for them. Because also you also don't want to be sitting up here criticizing people for the sake of criticism. But you can relay the message if you see fit. But we don't want to judge them either. Let people do what they want to do, live their life. That brings them the satisfaction they need for the moment. That's okay. They're trying to get through the day. Let them get through the day. That's okay. Right? And I work on that too. Don't be judging. But everybody wants things now. But nobody wants to put the patient and silent work in. The patient and silent work in. Nobody wants to put the patient and silent work in. They want it now and they want it loud. Oh, I'm going to get fit now and I'm going to post it and I'm going to tell the world I'm fine. And everybody going to love me, but I'm going to go to sleep with no peace. Crying, tears, conflict, suicidal thoughts. What's important? What's important to you? That's the question. What's important to you? So anyway, let me take a quick call, and then I want to get into the problems with dating. I actually wanted to get into that first, but I'm like, let me get into these other topics that took way too long to explain. I didn't even want to get into them like that, but I don't know. I was just going with the flow. But the problem with dating, I want to get into the problem with dating that I see, right? And that I've experienced in my own life personally, right? But I've also, heard from others, talked to other people about it, and just from like seeing how like people navigate and like go about dating and relationships. So we're going to get into that. But let me take a call really quick. Let me go to Lucas really quick out of California. Lucas wants to talk about some diet shots. Lucas, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey, Joel, how you doing?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
Doing well. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that because I actually went through it with my ex, and she was. It's everything you talked about, from the diet shots to the Instagram, like the fakeness of it. So yeah, she used to take that thing about like once or twice a week, and she never lost the belly though. She only jogged. She never lost the belly, but she did get skinnier, and she would have mood swings too, like crazy.
Yeah.
It's not even. It hasn't even become big, and even tested that much. It's like 3 years in the making, I think. Like maybe there's probably some other stuff, but this one, I don't know what it's called exactly, but it's serious, especially in Hollywood, LA, and Beverly Hills and all that stuff. Everyone's doing it. All celebrities are doing it, and it's making these girls want to do it too, like on Instagram.
For sure.
And, yeah, and these girls don't even know what they're getting into and who they're listening to, and I saw it firsthand. It's crazy.
100%, Lucas. And look, Lucas is telling you from experience. He said that his girlfriend did these shots, and he watched her as she went through this process of taking these shots, and how it gave her mood swings, and how she did lose the weight, but he noticed that it wasn't like natural for her. She wasn't getting those natural results. And
she still wasn't happy.
And, and women like to do the comparison thing. Women like to, they see other women on Instagram and stuff, and they see that they're getting these attentions and they look beautiful, so they want the same things. So women really have that worse than men do. But I've seen it personally. Luke has seen it personally. And it's not the route to go.
Yeah. And these Instagram people that you see, and it's even on YouTube too, like the followers and all that. She paid like $400 a month to get like 2,000 to 4,000 followers like a month, or like 1,000 followers a month, and then they'll decrease, but then she'll pay more money, and she just kept paying more money for diet shots, paying more money for followers on Instagram, paying not getting any money by doing free photo shoots, like, but she's on a runway and she gets pictures, but the guys that you're wearing the clothes for,
Yeah.
I try to tell her, and she used to think I wasn't like into her model career, even though she had a great job, a digital engineer job.
Yeah.
But she wanted to be a model, you know, and I'm like, you're not getting paid for it though. Like,
Yeah.
you're getting paid for this, you know, but she's just like, no, I want to be like this. I want to be a model. I want to be a model. It is the worst thing for a woman to do, honestly, at least in this time, is to be a model, is want to be a model.
Wow, man. Hey, good insight, and I'm glad that I mean, good for your girlfriend that she has you being able to just bring some.
Oh, that's my ex-fiancé. That's my ex-fiancé.
Oh, ex-fiancé.
Yeah, we're over.
Oh,
we're over. Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see. Well, maybe you planted some seeds though. Maybe because it sounds like you were speaking up about it, but maybe you planted some seeds. But that's some good information, man. I appreciate you calling in and asking about that. I think, Lucas, you've been to church before, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know who this is. What's up, man? It's been a while.
Yeah, I know. It's been a while, man. How's your dancing class, everything, your dancing class? Notice I didn't say little dance class, your dancing class.
I appreciate it. All is well, man. All is going well. I appreciate it.
Awesome, man.
Hey, man.
Cool.
Call me back in, though. You had a good take on that. Appreciate it.
Most definitely. All right, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good one. Man. Perfect example. And he's seen his ex-fiancé, and he watched it hands-on. I'm not lying. And not only that, I seen people go over the border to get these pills, drive to Mexico. Like, I know people driving to Mexico to get these pills or take these shots. And they're just trusting these doctors. The doctors are saying, yeah, it's fine. And people are just trusting the doctors. But that's why you got to trust the source. Find the source, understand the source, recognize the source. And when you do that, you don't need nobody else's opinion. You could just go to the source, and God will reveal it. But you got to forgive for one, and you got to meditate for two. People don't like to meditate. Be still. You know what I mean? And really look within. And those things help you to overcome, to separate yourself from the things that make you do all this crazy stuff. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate. But I know people too. And I'm sure we all have friends and family who do these things. And it's unfortunate, but we can't stop them and we can't get in their way and we can't impose our will on them. Please don't do that. Stop doing that. It's not good for you. That's getting in people's way too. Like if they want to do, you tell them once and then they keep doing it and then they don't listen or they don't ask for your advice, let them go. Let them go. Let them do their thing. Sometimes people need to suffer. We all need to suffer, actually. Sometimes we all just need to suffer and go through it on our own because there's freedom in letting people do it on their own and going through it on your own. Nobody wants criticism all the time. We're already trying to overcome. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to be criticized all the time. But let me get into dating real quick, and then I'm going to get back to the calls, right? Because the calls look interesting. But let me get into dating really quick, right? Or no? Should I take another call? Chad, what do you think I should do? Should I take another call or should I go into the next topic? Hurry up, Chad, hurry. I'm live on air. What should I do? Let's see what my topics, what I want to talk about. The problem with dating. Next topic. Okay. Thank you, breathable air technology. Oh, then somebody else would call. I'm not playing with y'all. Okay, so the problem with dating real quick. We'll get into it real quick. Is very interesting. Because I realized the first problem, and I'm going to try to get through this. I don't want to talk too much. But the first problem is with dating, and I've experienced this in my own life, but what I see as well, is that the reason why dating is so complicated sometimes, and the reason why we get into the wrong things and things don't work out, is because for one, we have an agenda. right? The first problem is, wait, I'm so off camera. Hold on. The first problem is that we have an agenda, right? We have something that we want from the person, right? We have an idea. We have an expectation and a goal from what we want out of the person that we're dating, right? Whether it be to hope that it works out, a wife, whatever, sex. We have an agenda, right? So in order to get what we want, right, and reach that goal, what do? We try to impress one another, right? Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I wrong? We try to impress each other. We put our best foot forward, right? Take them to the nice restaurants, pay for the meal, do all these things, right? We want to impress them. And the reason why we want to impress them is because we want to win the prize, whatever the prize may be, right? Whatever the prize may be. We want to win the prize so because we want to win the prize, we play the game. And dating is about, and relationships oftentimes are about a game. It's just so deep, so deep. It's about a game, right? To win the prize, we play the game. But what is the number one ingredient? It's probably a bad reference. But what is the number one ingredient or a bad analogy, to playing the game? What is the number one ingredient? Chat, can you guess? Can anybody guess what the number one ingredient is to playing the game? Competition. That's the number one thing. That's the number one thing you do when you play a game. You compete. But now two people are competing against each other. And you end up actually working against each other because you're trying to show off how good you are. She's trying to show off how good she is. And you're like, and then when one realizes that one has a lot of good stuff going on, then they get intimidated. Like, do I have a good stuff going on? Then they start to compare. It's a game. So, and it's all ego. It's all ego. It's like, I want this person to see that I'm a good match. So I'm going to throw out all my stops. I got this going on, this going on, this going on, this going on. And we think they're going to look at us like, wow, he is so good, or she is just so amazing. She is just perfect. He is just the guy. I want him. I want her. But we don't realize that sometimes it makes the other person a little intimidated. Because then they're comparing your life to theirs, right? Because you puffed up so big to look like this big alpha male, alpha female, right? But sometimes that's a little intimidating. Now it's like, can I meet that? Or it could be the opposite. Like, I'm too good for them. It's just a game. So then we try to like say certain things, let them know that we're dominant. Men do this a lot. Let them know, well, women do this too, actually, probably equally. Try to be the dominant one for the sense of control. You know what I mean? But it's all a game. And that's why people don't open up. That's why people get overly jealous. That's why people cheat. Is because they don't understand you. They don't understand how to just get you to sit down. Because we're constantly like going in and out of this game, like circling the game and like trying to see who's the winner and trying to figure out like who's the more dominant one, or try to, instead of just being normal, being regular, being genuine. So the problem number 2, moving on. Problem number 2 is you stop being yourself when you date. You stop being yourself. Like, you're not like the normal, goofy, funny, honest Joel. You're like the puffed up, show off, I work out, Joel, right? You stop being yourself. And when you stop being yourself though, and you put on this persona, you lose like your innocence. Like you lose like the genuine, that genuine energy that you would give off to like your best friend, your family member, your brother, da da da. The thing that keeps you and your close friends close. We forget about all that stuff, right? And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna use that as an example. Think about your best friend. Think about your best friend. Somebody you're really closest to, right? You tell them things. And it doesn't mean that you tell them everything, right? But you tell them things, right? You open up to them. You're honest with them. You laugh. You joke. You look silly. You act silly. You do weird things. You say weird things, right? There's a trust between you and your best friend. And you're not trying to impress your best friend. Well, some people, I guess, do. But, like, I'm talking about genuine friendships and relationships. You're not trying to impress. You're not trying to do none of that stuff. You're just having fun. And you enjoy each other. Why is that not the same approach? I know why. I think I know why. Because we're afraid of not getting the prize. We're afraid of not getting what we want. And we think if we just act, if we play our cards right, we'll get what we want. We'll get the girl. We'll get the relationship. We'll get the sex. We'll get the whatever. So we move in a certain way. But with your best friend, you never tried. You never cared. It was just, I like this person is just cool. This person is with me. This person got my back. What happened to that? What? It's because we're not taught to approach it that way. We're taught to do all these things, which all comes from the ego. All comes from the ego. The word dating, the word boyfriend and girlfriend, all these things are just so we want a companion so bad. I'll end it with this. We want a companion so bad we forget a vital ingredient, friendship. We want a companion so bad we forget the vital ingredient, be yourself. We want a companion so bad we forget the first ingredient, know yourself. This goes for everybody, including me. Most importantly, we shouldn't want somebody or want something from somebody so bad that we act different. And if we do, we got to start questioning ourselves. What is going on internally? Why am I using people? And no big deal, don't judge yourself over it, but we just got to start asking these questions. Because this is getting out of control. But friendship, y'all. Dating is about friendship. Relationships is about friendship. Genuine friendship. Honesty. And friendship knows how to be honest. Friendship knows how to be straightforward. Friendship knows how to be gentle. Friendship knows how to be blah, 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 blah. Because there's no agenda in friendship. No expectation. You know what I mean? There's no expectation. You don't want nothing, but you appreciate them. That's what dating is supposed to be about. And that's what we need to get back to. And it's not like it's going to be a walk in the park, but just be aware. You know what I mean? We just got to be aware. But let me take another call. But the biggest mistake men and women make in dating It's trying to impress another person. And I speak from experience. Trying to impress somebody else, it don't ever work because you're not even being you, and they want to see you. So, do something. I don't know. But let me take a call. Let me go to Brian out of North Carolina. Brian, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
What's going on, Joel, man? How you doing?
What's going on, man? All is well. How are you?
Right. I'm doing well, man. I can't complain.
Right on.
Listen, man, you are black and smart.
Right on,
You're
man.
not slow. Because, what'd you say? What'd you say?
No, go ahead. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Man, all your points about the problem with dating, which you kind of discussed more like the issues and then some of the early onset things, but I think it's much deeper than that. But all of your points, man, when you talk about trying to impress one another, and really that's just trying to deceive one another, and then how when you do that, you're losing your innocence, which is really you losing yourself.
Yeah.
And it's just unauthentic, and it's never gonna go anywhere good.
Yeah.
And then like about when you set up the number one ingredient of playing a game is competition, right?
Exactly.
And I wish you would have finished that sentence where you was talking about all these words and dating and all that, because it's just a word, man. It's just a made up word.
Yeah.
Because let me ask you this: if you and I were in competition, and I told you what my next move would be, what would that make you want to do?
Try to beat you.
You would try to beat me to the punch, right?
Right.
And that'll never work.
Exactly.
You can't work together doing that.
Exactly.
Somebody has to lead and somebody has to follow, and we know who that's supposed to be.
Is that there's either a winner or a loser. There's either a winner or a loser, but that's not team. That's not team. But go ahead. I'll make another point. But go ahead. Finish your point.
Well, that was all the points I had for what you said.
Right on.
But I think it's so much deeper than that. Of course, I think it ties directly back to our fathers, and most people nowadays. Well, let me say, it's hard to say whether dating is the same now. Well, we know it's not the same now, but it's hard to say if it was ever done right even before.
Right. That's fair. Yeah.
And so that's what leads me to kind of see how it's just another word. There's no example of it.
Yeah.
And the dating is essentially competition, and man and woman aren't supposed to be in competition with one another.
Exactly. There's nothing good that comes from. There's nothing good that comes from in a relationship trying to compete with each other besides making somebody feel bad, making somebody feel worse, or trying to make somebody feel worse, just for the fact that they can look at you in a better light. Like it's all about you, not about them at all.
At all. And I have a friend who's like a brother to me, and there is no room for deception in a relationship that's true, and that's a true friendship like that, where you don't have to impress or pretend.
Yeah.
You just be who you are, and it's just amazing. It just flows like that.
Exactly.
It's only situations.
Exactly. And sometimes when you approach it that way, you let other people win sometimes, because it's not a competition. Like, you let them have that, right? You don't have to one-up them. They may say something that's smart, and then you can just be like, hey, that was really smart, and learn from that. You know what I mean? If there's no, agenda or deception involved.
For sure, yeah. And you could totally tell when that time is. It's amazing how things just work. They don't take work. They just work.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
but
I appreciate that, Brian. I appreciate the call. Good stuff.
Can I say one more thing? Just a little advice.
Yeah.
For those that are listening, mainly the men, because I'm a man. But don't look for a woman. The first thing you should be asking a woman, if you are going to be out there dating women, you need to know about her relationship with her father. If she does not love her father, it's not going to work.
Be aware of that, for sure. Be aware of
It
that.
is not going to work. And let me tell you this, and if she does love her father, it's not going to appear like it's going to work because she's going to have that goodness of her father. And if a woman truly loves her father, she's going to have that in her, and she is not going to act like those other women.
Yeah, for sure.
And so you can't treat her like another, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
You have to treat her like a sister.
Fair enough. Good point, Brian. Good point. And you'll actually recognize that in the woman if you realize that she loves her father or that she just has overcome. You'll recognize that in her because you're overcoming. So you'll see that, and it won't miss you because real will recognize the real. So 100%, Brian, I appreciate that. I do got to go because I got to take some other calls or try to finish up with this last 5 minutes. So I thank you. Thank you, Brian, for the call.
Brother.
Call me
I
again.
wish you well.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Have a good one. Amazing stuff. Yeah, you want to be aware of that. Now, is it impossible if she doesn't love her father that she can overcome? Yes, it's possible. So I wouldn't say it's necessary that you just gotta cut her loose, but you want to see that she's wants to get there, right? And if she wants to get there and she's working on it, then boom, you can maybe help her get there, right? But yeah, if she's not showing no interest in forgiveness or not even just about forgiveness, because you don't want it to make it about that, but just having an interest in growing and learning and becoming a better person and seeking. If you see that, those are good signs. But if they're just okay with being whatever they want, they're just having fun, yeah. Don't expect anything out of that. Nothing wrong with having a friend, right? But let that be. So Brian makes a lot of good points. Dang, there was a point that I wanted to make about that, but I totally forgot. But that's okay. Let me see. We just got to let go of trying to control everything. Jesse Lee Peterson had a biblical question. Oh, I think it's this week. It is this week. The biblical question is, what is your greatest fear, right? What is your greatest fear? And that's so deep. That's so deep because if you really sit there and pay attention and watch, you'll realize that a lot of your actions and the things you do are rooted and come from that fear, right? The things you care about, the things you don't care about, the things you want to do, the things you don't want to do, they stem from that fear, right? And that fear, and you don't even know it. You don't even know that that's like why you're living your life. And you're living your life based around this fear that you don't even know that you have. So I think it's a great thing that Jesse asked these questions, and he leaves it open for a week for people to think about and all that stuff, because it makes you really think about what's going on and really think. And we got to get back to thinking. People tell me all the time, like, I just don't want to think about it. I just don't want to get into it. And I understand that, like, because it's not always pretty, but life is not going to change. Because people on one hand will complain about life being so hard and like the struggles and depression and anxiety. But on the other hand, they don't want to like meditate, pray, seek God, overcome. You know what I mean? It's like, but these questions are good because they make you think, but we just got to get back to thinking. And we don't got to sit there and think all hard and try to figure things out. That's the wrong way, in my belief. But meditate, just be aware, reflect a little bit. Sit back at the end of your day. whether it be 5, 10 minutes, whatever, and just reflect on your day. Like, how did my day go? Oh, that happened today. I wonder why that happened. Oh, well, maybe that happened because of this. Just reflect, right? And just think like, oh, okay, why does this keep happening? And you don't have to come up with the answer in that moment, but ask the question, why does this keep happening? Lord, why does this keep happening? And then you'll get the answer if we truly seeking it. But it's so necessary. And we got to get back to that. Man, I had a good point that I wanted to make, but I forgot it. So it wasn't meant to be. I think my friend is in the chat. Let me see. Vanna Santana. What's up, Vanna? Shout out to Vanna Santana, one of my good friends. She's a female too, and she's really cool. I like Vanna. What's up, Vanna? But amazing. I have to end the show. What do I want to close it out on? We talked about so many things. Just be aware. Just be aware. Just be aware. And just be patient. Be aware. Take your time. There's no rush for nothing. Like, there's no time frame. I was actually talking to Vanna about this. There's no time frame on life. There's no in my 30s I got to do this. In my 40s that doesn't exist. That's a lie, and that's a setup, and it brings on problems. Just live and be in the present and be in the moment and do your best to be in the moment, right? And we all got to work on it. It's all a process, but that's where it's at. Not in the future, not in the past, but just in the moment. And life is more enjoyable there. So just be aware and just stay in the moment and be still and meditate. However you choose to meditate. There's so many different meditations out there. Just start one of them. Just start one of them. Because people have different reasons why they want to do them. Just start one. Because what's important is that you want to meditate and that you want to find the answers. You want to feel better. You want to get it right. And then you'll be led to the right places. So be still. Amazing. Thank you guys for watching. The show is up. I appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, much love to everybody who's watching and sharing the show, getting the subscribers up who's subscribing. Follow me on Instagram, all that good stuff. It's amazing. Just keep hitting that like button, keep hitting that share and subscribe button so we can get the message out and the subscribers up. It's supposed to be flipped around. But you guys get the point. Follow me across on all the platforms, Instagram, YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Joel Friday TV and the Gift of the Dance. I say it every week, but we really do got some stuff coming. And I'm releasing it slowly. I've been posting on my social media more. So go check those out, share the videos, and tell your peoples. And you also be the light yourself. You spread the word. You speak the truth. And blah, blah, blah. Stay for the Anchor Baby show. It's coming up next. The American Anchor Baby with Nick. Don't miss it. I think it's coming up right after mine. But anyway, make sure you subscribe to the whole network. I got to go. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are amazing. Bye.
About a thing, baby, count on me. I'm on point like it's physical, so count on me. I got it all under control, baby, count on me. Don't you worry about a thing.